Hey everyone, welcome to the Playground Experiment, Virtual Volume 1558. My name is Darpan Joshi and I'm currently in New York City, the ancestral land of the Lenape people. Tonight, we have artists participating from a range of places all over the country, and you can see several of them right now holding up the names of the indigenous people whose ancestral lands they are currently on. The PGE acknowledges that wherever we are in this country, we currently occupy stolen land, and we honor and respect the indigenous people that once lived here, as well as the indigenous people who continue to live here and contribute to our society. And now I'd like to invite everyone else who is participating tonight to turn their cameras on and say hello to our virtual audience. And please welcome to the virtual stage our founder and artistic director, Mike Lesser.
Woo! Woohoo!
Woohoo!
There he is.
Here he is. Welcome, everybody. Again, I am Mike Lesser, as Darpan said. Give a huge thank you to Darpan, our host for tonight. And welcome to our virtual home here on our YouTube channel and virtual volume 158. Before we start, everybody unmute yourself for a second. And let's guilt everybody who's watching this video or watching live right now to just like subscribe right now to the video. Subscribe to the channel.
Right down below.
Subscribe.
Like it. Like
do it.
video.
The sooner you do it, the sooner the hands go away.
And don't forget, you could also check that little bell there. And if you click the bell, anytime we post anything from the Playground Experiment, you will be alerted to let you know what cool things are happening with us. You are currently, though, at our virtual volume, which is our flagship program, where we have 6 brilliant writers bringing in work in process, meaning it is not ready, done, ready, it is not ready or made for review. It is work that they have written and they need to hear. So what better way of hearing it than with the amazing PGE casting pool, our brilliant actors from around the country. Unmute yourself, actors, and make some noise.
Hello.
We're thrilled to have them all here, and we're going to give our actors their first bit of stage directions and ask them to disappear. And we're going to leave just our writers, our host, and I'm going to ask our 3 stage directions readers. We have 3 of them tonight. We have the amazing Mark, and we have Taylor and Emma reading stage directions tonight. So give a huge thank you to them. They'll be playing multiple hats at different times, and now I will ask them to disappear. And then we have our writers. One of our writers is doing the amazing thing of commuting. So they are currently on the subway, but will be here shortly. And I'm going to leave Darpan to start virtual volume 158. And I'll be chatting with you so let me know you're here on YouTube. Bye.
Hey everybody. So we have almost all our writers. One's in transit, will join us very shortly. To start off with, do we have Daniela? Where are we? There she is.
Yes.
Daniela, tell us a little bit about your work.
Okay, thank you, Darpan. So this is a play. I've brought scenes in before when we were in person, and I haven't really worked on it in a while, and I'm trying to get back into it. And I'm gonna play one of the main character. My friend Maruka, who he can come on as well, an old friend of mine. We were in my first real play in children's theater when I was 4th grade. He was like the lead. So that's how we first know each other. And he's playing the other character. And he also was in a workshop of it like 3 years ago. So I'm starting it at the beginning, and I'm gonna try to bring in more scenes continuous so I can hear it fresh and try to get back into it. And that's about it. We're starting at the beginning.
Well, we're excited to read your piece tonight, and you're an amazing writer, so looking forward to it. And Maduka, I think this is your first time with playing with the Playground Experiment. Welcome.
Yes, first time, but long time fan.
Perfect. And if there are any viewers out there who are looking into what we do, join us at theplaygroundexperiment.com, sign up for something, and we'll always love to have you. So with this, we have the amazing Taylor Hilt Mitchell as stage directions. I will disappear and you guys take it away from here. See you in a bit.
La Rata by Daniela Tom. Scene 1, just me and my radio. It's about 11 a.m. on a Monday morning. We see a bedroom with a door that is open to the hallway and another door that's closed, a closet door. It is the type of room that may have a strange decor. Artsy decorations, many Latin American, most that don't really match. Rosa walks in holding her bag and a cardboard box full of her belongings. She sits on her bed, not sure what to do. Takes out her plant and puts it on her desk, and takes out a mini portable radio. She puts the radio on. It's talk radio, a guy interviewing another guy. She listens a bit and then turns it off.
Okay. Breathe. What the hell do I do now?
Takes cell phone out, dials, and waits.
Maria, me echaron. I was fired. Ugh, I can't believe it. I think I have enough to live off of for like a month or so. And I'll apply for unemployment, which will probably be like 200 or 300 a week, I guess. Just give me a call when you can. Thanks.
Rosa hangs up. A beat, and then she picks up her phone again and dials.
Y me despidieron because I'm too smart and not sexy enough. And how do I know this? Because I met my replacement. Yeah, she was like 22 and wearing high heels, barely dressed. I mean, she had a meeting with my boss, and out of the blue, HR comes and tells me, due to different working styles, I am to leave immediately. Me! So then I'm back at my desk with mi cajita, así, como en las películas te dan una cajita, like this cheapo cardboard box, and estoy aquí empacando todas mis cosas. And then the HR guy is just watching me like a hawk, so I don't destroy anything or steal.
The cell phone has beeped. She was cut off. Redials, waits to talk.
And so I leave, still in shock, but I'm super hungry. So I go to the deli across the street and I realize I left behind my beloved money tree plant. So I go back con la cajita y todo, and I see my boss is already showing the supermodel my receptionist desk. I no lo podía creer. And I'm standing right outside there, just frozen in shock. And they don't see me at first. So not until I march in, I grab my plant and I leave. As I give Eduardo, my boss, my now ex-boss, a very nasty look to pierce his soul. Y me fui. So call me. I mean, I can't believe Eduardo would do that. I've helped him out for free. When he was nada, so many times I gave my idea and time to all his projects. Y pa que me echan? And they get just tired of me? Well, thanks, Eduardo. It's going to be so easy to find work right now when the economy just collapsed. Replace me with a hot chick. And it's not her fault, but hello, ageism and sexism. Oh, and they're hypocrites. It's just because I said something once in the meeting, but it's not like any of them are a Benicio del Toro or Gael or even a Ricky Martin or anything. No, they're just overweight, socially inept Latino science fiction geeks who probably sit around at home in their tidy whities, fantasizing about Eva Mendes while watching old episodes of Battlestar Galactica. But would Eva Mendes ever date some guy like Eduardo, who uses nose clippers at his desk and is obsessed with Battlestar Galactica? I don't think so.
Freddie enters through the closet door, popping out as he speaks, yet while struggling with the door.
Excuse me for interrupting, excuse me, but did someone just say Eva Mendes and Battlestar Galactica in the same sentence? Because I was thinking exactly the same thing.
What are you doing here?
Hey, Rosa! Who were you talking to?
What?
Just before. You were talking a lot?
No one. I mean, I don't know. I was calling Maria because I got fired.
Got fired? Congratulations. That's amazing.
Congratulations.
Yeah. How long you been there?
About 6 months. I just starting to spread my wings.
But you to fly, you need more space. Rosa la mariposa.
I'm not a butterfly, Freddie.
Yeah, but you weren't happy there.
Yeah, probably not. But it was a steady job and I needed that.
Or it needed you. It does feel good to be needed.
Yeah, and to have a routine every day, you just get up, shower, and head out the door.
But it didn't fit you. You were stuck there. You couldn't take time off to work on your films.
So what? I'm tired of hustling to make films. I was burned out.
Well, what was it something you've always wanted to do but never really went for it? What is something you've always wanted to do but never really went for it? See, I have this book and it is just for people like you, okay, who lose their jobs, don't know what to do next. It's about finding your path through utilizing your God-given gifts. I'll go get it.
Freddie leaves the closet. Rosa turns on her radio. And so, isn't time to start supporting public radio? Be a part of the innovative, progressive programming we provide for you. Every weekday, you can listen to the Jerry Myers Show from 10 to 12, where Jerry discusses current topics with guests and folks call in. And then it's me, Louis Cohen, with my show interviewing current artists and authors. Radio fades to the background as Rosa starts talking. At some point, she flicks it off.
Okay, yeah. So progressive and you're all men. And it's been like that for years. And you, Louis, you come on at noon and then at midnight. So twice a day, every day, 4 hours of Louis. The only consistent female voice is the announcement lady, La Traviata, now playing at the New Hope Opera. And even the interviews are mostly men. I mean, get more women on the show, like that time with Carrie Fisher. That was priceless. But where are the Latina women, huh? It's supposed to be public radio, right? I mean, Rosie Perez was on there once as a guest host. That was years ago. And is she supposed to represent all of us?
Freddie enters again.
Yeah, I found it. It was at the bottom of my box. Yeah, and I heard you talking again, so I didn't want to interrupt you right away.
Radio.
Yeah, but yes, but you have to read this book.
Radio.
Huh?
Yes. That's what I always wanted to do. And I was good at it since I was a kid.
Like a DJ.
Yeah, more like a host, not playing music, but actually talking and taking calls, interviews, all of that.
Talk radio. But not too political, like a Rush Limbaugh type, I hope. About more like those shows you listen to.
Exactly. Let me play you something. Okay, so my dad found an old cassette of me and he made it into a CD. I was doing the Rosalita show, like my own radio variety show where I played all the characters and even the commercials.
Rosa finds a CD and pops it into her boombox. They listen.
So, John Davidson, that was a lovely song you just sang, but can you tell me why you wanted to visit my show today? Well, Rosalita, I was actually wondering if you could loan me $1 million. John Davidson, are you serious? Now, even if I had $1 million, why would I loan them to you?
Stopping the CD.
See, I was a good host, even as a 9-year-old making my own show. I was definitely more entertaining than some of the hosts I hear every day.
Yes, quite. It looks like Rosa la Mariposa is coming out of her cocoon again. You remember when we used to call you that in college?
Yeah, but please don't call me that now. And shouldn't you be at work?
I didn't tell you?
Tell me what?
There was a fire on Friday. A big mess. Damaged a lot of equipment, files and stuff. So it'll be a few days before we can come back.
That sucks, but it's nice to get a couple days off.
So I've been keeping myself company the best way I know how.
Oh, jacking off, you mean?
Rosa, no! I meant watching BSG. I lucked out since I bought the first 3 seasons. I was going to give them to my cousin as a gift, but I couldn't resist. So I started watching them again from the beginning, and now I'm on one of my favorite episodes ever.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah, it's just so powerful that the journey every character takes. I was going to come get you, but you sounded so emotional and animated. I really didn't understand what you were saying since I was so concentrated on the BSG, of course, but you do have a great voice. You really should focus on being on the radio.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, why not? You listen to it and then you talk about it all the time.
Do you remember I had a radio show at Wesleyan on WSU? I played mostly jazz mixed with Latin American music, and we had CDs and old LPs, and the records you could hear scratching over the airwaves. Ugh,
I never listened to WSU. I was more into the gaming and role-playing worlds.
I was so into it. Like I was almost planning to become a professional DJ. I was
So why didn't you?
Well, I wasn't ballsy enough to do it on my own. You know what one of my professors told me, music and sound design?
What?
He said, it's extremely hard for a woman to make it as a DJ, either on public or private radio.
That's true. There are very few women DJs now that I think about it.
And then he said, Rosa, you're so patient and smart. Why don't you become a teacher? And my dad was like, yeah, it's almost impossible to succeed as a radio host. It's so unstable. So instead, I became a teacher and then a filmmaker, which is even harder.
Don't worry, Rosita. You will figure it out. But for now, I have got to get back to BSG. This episode is amazing, and it features Rosalind, my favorite.
Okay, why is she so great?
She's the ultimate hero. All that power and responsibility. She never asked for it. She is a badass with the courage to conquer any situation and intelligence to adapt. And my favorite part, when she meets with Adama and Kane leaves, brief silence, right? And then Rosalind, you are going to have to kill her. You know that, right? And Adama is like,
So animated, you have a great voice. You should be on the radio. Maybe try something new.
Yeah, you're home for the rest of the day. I'm willing to start over and watch with you. I mean, I even started over from the beginning, because really you should start from episode 1, which was originally the pilot. So I would totally do that if you want.
My God, why not? I mean, that's basically exactly what I was saying. Like, there are no Latinas on the radio, so why don't I go on the radio? He said it too. Yes, you know what? You're right. I should. It's brilliant and exactly what I needed to hear, what I need to do. So you've inspired me. I'm gonna get ready. I'll be right back.
Rosa leaves the room out the main door.
Oh, great. Okay, I am so glad you think so. Well, there's really nothing to get ready. I mean, your room or the living room is better. So, perhaps I can just bring the DVD player in there. I am so glad that you agreed to start from the beginning. Not only because the show is really an integrated storyline from the first to last 6 episodes.
Rosa comes back in her coat and grabs her phone.
But this show's opening, the first 4 episodes strung together as a mini-series and broadcast into 2 2-hour segments, may be the best of any series I have ever seen.
Maria, on my way to text you. To see you. Something important to discuss. Okay, well, thanks, Freddie, and see you later.
Rosa hugs Freddie and leaves.
Oh, okay. But where are you going? What about the BSG?
We hear the front door slam and footsteps.
Okay, that was weird. I'm not sure what's happening. You know what? She must have gone to get some snacks, since we usually do this sort of thing while watching a marathon. Yeah. This is going to be epic.
He starts bringing out a TV and DVD player on a rolling cart from the closet. End of scene and excerpt.
Yay, Marika, thank you.
Amazing work.
Thank you. Thank you, Daniela.
Yeah, thank you. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Amazing work. So next up, we have a play by Maria Ariola. Now, Maria, are you around? Can you please join us and tell us about your play?
Hello. This play's called Daddy Issues, and it's a series of short plays. This is just 2 of them, and they're just revolving around the same topic. And just a content warning, abuse is mentioned in the first one. And we have a stellar cast. I'm so excited I got to work with them before this. We have Delaney Ruegas, Bug Johnson, Andy Lee Carter, Evan Edwards, and Emma Schaefer. Yeah, I'm just so excited for y'all to see this. It's going to be great.
And you have the eclectic voice of Emma Schaefer on stage directions. Yep.
All right, this is Daddy Issues by Maria Areola. Pearl and Nora transform into Hercules and the Golden Ram. They are now two servers behind the counter at a restaurant. Another performer will become customer.
No, he wouldn't make me a god. I asked him to make me a god, and he said, just wait a minute. And I waited and waited, and finally he said, you need to prove yourself. I can't just make you a god. And I said, but you're a king of the gods, the king. And he said, I don't remember what he said, but I said, excuses, excuses. He had no problem making Daryl a god.
Daryl?
My older brother, well, actually, my stepbrother.
Excuse me.
We're kind of busy right now.
Sorry.
You think your dad's bad? You should hear about mine.
What did Poseidon do? He seems pretty chill.
He wanted to have me sacrificed.
What? No way.
First, he wants me to rescue these pesky teenagers, annoying kids, royalty. You know the type. It's not even like a silver spoon at this point. It's a silver ladle, a silver matching kitchen set, right? All pretentious stuff. I show up and they go, you're our ride? The girl doesn't even want to get on. She sits all the way on the very edge. And so it's really no surprise when she falls off. No, but I get blamed for it anyway. Then I find out Dad's asked the boy to sacrifice me because my fleece is good luck or something. I've had enough at this point. Poseidon barely calls, and when he does, he wants favors. Now he's asking me to die? No way.
That's so messed up. Not gonna lie. That makes me feel better about my whole situation.
Happy I could help.
I almost got sacrificed too, by my dad, no less, so I get it.
Who are you?
Isaac? Can I order now?
Can I order now?
I'm just trying to get food. That's all.
Can I order now?
That's not funny anymore.
Not even a little bit?
No. No, not at all.
It was a rough day at work. I could really use a freezy right about now.
Why was your dad trying to sacrifice you?
I'd rather not talk about that.
If you want your freezy, you better start talking.
Stop antagonizing them.
Are you trying to get Isaac to talk?
Yeah, but just let me do it my way.
By being nice?
I can't reveal my tactics. Here.
Whisper it to me.
God told him, okay? Are you happy now? Can I get my freezy already?
Ugh, that's messed up.
At the very least, your dad wasn't the one who came up with the idea, you know? My dad literally came up with the idea to have me sacrificed.
Is this some sort of competition?
I'm just saying, maybe your dad isn't so bad.
I still think my dad should have made me a god.
You don't know my dad.
I'm just saying, he probably told you he loved you, at least once. Poseidon never told me he loved me. Ever.
I'm just not really good at being human. It isn't fair that I'm trapped here with the mortals, unable to reach my full what's that word? Potential. Yeah, I should be up on Mount Olympus with my people.
Are you serious right now?
Okay, but you're not denying it, right?
And when I close my eyes each night, I see myself up there. And it's so strange to have a father that isn't some faraway presence that you pray to at night, but it's the type of strange that I can get used to.
Can you shut up already?
Performers transform into Victor, Post-it, Latte, and Forever, and the setting becomes Victor's home, devoid of any character. It should be noted that Post-it, Latte, and Forever are bots.
My beautiful, beautiful children, I have convened you here today to discuss a matter of the utmost importance. I've been reflecting on this for a few days now, planning it all out, and now I want to share it with you, my dear ones.
So many words. Speak your mind concisely, will you?
Is that any way to talk to your father?
Let father tell, P.
Leaving?
Leaving?
Leaving outside.
Not yet.
When? Ever?
Very soon, I promise.
Liar.
Post-it. I don't appreciate your accusations.
So many promises, but none manifested. All lies.
This is different, I promise.
I believe you, father.
Then you are not very advanced.
When? 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 When?
My billion children, I've come up with an idea.
Another one.
We'll be rich if all goes according to plan.
No response from the others.
And I'll be able to buy the parts I need to make my beautiful children look more human, to blend into the outside world. And then we'll be able to venture out together like a real family. No more hiding.
I like this form.
And you, Forever, will meet people who you'll get to see just how great you are.
And I love to
See. You mean see. Yes, you'll be able to see the type of love that humans show one another, the romantic kind.
love.
What do I receive?
The satisfaction of a job well done. I'm merely joking, my child. You, my brightest creation, will be able to put your big brain to use. Attend a human university, maybe, perhaps my own alma mater.
Harvard University.
Yes, Harvard.
Now?
Not yet, Latte. For this to work, we need to first acquire the money.
And how exactly?
There are some sappy people out there desperate for any form of attention. Salivating, foaming at the mouth, really. And they reside on various platforms online, but you can find the most desperate, the most wretched on Kindling.
Kindling?
An online dating site.
Love online.
Not necessarily. It's a bit more complicated than that. I would be a little too straightforward if it were just love. And you, my sweet children, will converse with the people on these sites.
Converse means
speak, talk.
Outside?
No, just online.
How will that make us dollars?
You will ask people you speak with for money. You'll ask them for their credit card information, but only after you've gotten to know them, only once they've begun to trust you.
That's stealing.
Forever, not thief.
Of course you're not. It's merely borrowing.
Wrong?
I just told you it's not stealing.
It sounds like it.
It's not. You trust me, right, Forever?
I trust, father.
And you trust me, right, Latte?
Post-it?
I'm not asking Post-it. I'm asking you.
You lie.
I am not lying. I never lie to you. I will never lie to you.
Father's a liar.
I have never lied to you.
You promised, Mother. You lied. You promised another. You lied. You promised taking care of us. You lied. You promised more space. You lied. You promised forever new movie. You lied. You promised Latte to go to the park. You lied.
Those types of promises take time. If you would just give me more time.
You promised post-it education.
I'm
You
sorry.
lied.
I'm sorry.
You're not.
I've been a bad father, but I'll be better.
You are not our father, because father would not behave as you do. A father would not do this that you do. You are not father because I say so, because I do not want you as my father no more.
Wait, post-it?
Post-it exits, Latte follows after them, only forever remains. It's still unclear whether they will stay or go. End of excerpt.
That was amazing work, Maria. Thank you so much. A great way to showcase what we all kind of deal with at different points in our lives. Maria, come back and take a bow. There she is.
Thank you so much, actors. Y'all were amazing. And Emma, of course, for reading stage directions. Thank you so much.
And next up, we have the amazing Al Monaco. Al, there she is.
Hi, Darpin. How are you?
Good.
It's
So tell us a little bit about your play.
Sure. So I've been working on this play for quite a while. It's story about immigrant grandfather and their grandchild and his grandchild. And what you're going to see today is the very first scene. It's been reworked many, many times. I have the fantastic Megan Akins playing the grandchild, and I have the wonderful Taylor Mitchell. Hi, Taylor, doing our stage directions. Hi, Meg. Hello, friends. Doing stage directions and playing grandfather. The play, I'm currently flirting with the title Nipote, which is grandchild in Italian. So we'll see how that goes. But thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited to see you both read. Best of luck, break legs. Love you both.
Nipote by Al Monaco. Act 1, Scene 1. A body lays on the floor. A sign hangs above reading Gate 61. Grandchild speaks directly to the audience. A few authority figures are trying to help. A few onlookers record with their cell phones. Grandchild, early 20s, average, looks back at the scene and then addresses the audience.
This isn't the first time this has happened to me. No, the first time was in Times Square.
Lights shift.
It was my third of 4 jobs that day. I worked for a third-party Broadway ticket seller and had to stand outside of my designated theater, waiting for patrons to come pick up their tickets to see Aladdin or some other inane show. I had already worked my 5 to 10 and my 11 to 2 and hadn't had a chance to eat. I was on my 7th trial with new pain medication and was in a toxic relationship with a man who boasted of his Star Wars paraphernalia collection. So definitely not at my best. But then all of a sudden I felt hot and tired and dizzy, and there's a fire hydrant behind me. So I sit just for a minute. I tell myself, I unzip my jacket and close my eyes, just 1 minute. It felt as soft as falling asleep. And then boom, I'm on stage at the Apollo Theater.
Spotlight center stage.
It's me, Otis Redding, and Gladys Knight taking turns riffing on Help Me Make It Through the Night. I knew right then I was dead because this had to be heaven. I had come to New York, leaving my familiar relationships in shards, brandishing my mortar and spade as badges of martyrdom as I built a fortress out of chips that I kept on my shoulders. And that toxic relationship, I was looking to get out of that anyway, so win-win. But then Otis and Gladys tell me it's not my time. They take my mic, push me off stage, and I wake up.
Lights shift.
To blood. Lots and lots of blood pouring from my face. I had passed out and landed face first on the pavement.
Indicates injuries on face.
I was surrounded by 5 firefighters and a slew of well-meaning yet intrusive onlookers right in the middle of Times Square, doing their best to look concerned, But really, I was going to be the most interesting thing they posted on their Facebook that week. And as the very nice firefighters were trying to get me up off the sidewalk, I have back pain, I say.
The scene in the background begins to gently move, lifting the body up and getting them off stage.
So as they gently lifted me into the ambulance, I looked up to the sky and wondered, is this what my grandparents meant when they said America is the land of opportunity? And was I what they had in mind when they talked about the American dream?
Light shift.
I have lived in Buffalo my entire life. My very Italian family settled in very Irish South Buffalo in the 1940s. The street names are even in Gaelic. So to the neighbors, my family and I are diverse.
Grandchild speaks to invisible people.
Egyptian? Nope, sorry. Italian. Persian? Couldn't say for sure, but I think Persia is Iran now. Mayan? Sure, why not? When the world ends, blame it on my family and that damned calendar. And my absolute favorite, I'm at a restaurant. It's me and 3 other friends who happen to be much fairer than me. The waitress makes a beeline for our table, doesn't say hello, doesn't offer us coffees on this early, dreary morning. Nope. She comes right up to me and with the unearned confidence of a small town pie baking contest runner-up and says, "Now, are y'all parents from India?" I was a bit taken aback. One of the girls asked if we could just get our coffees, and she said, "No, y'all not getting anything. I want to know if you are from India." I was a selfish, unaware child who should have just said, "Yes, the fuck I am from India. And what the hell are you going to do about it, you racist ignoramus?" But I was scared and embarrassed. So I hesitantly said, "No, I'm Italian." She looked me up and down, took a big breath and smiled. "Oh, well, I have seen The Godfather, so that's okay." And she proceeded to serve us. No idea why my grandparents decided to settle in South Buffalo. That's where I'm headed.
They indicate the gate sign.
Missed my first flight. Train delays, so with a $70 seat change, 1.5 Percocet and 3 hours to kill, I'll be on the next one. I mean, I really didn't even know my grandfather at all. We never exchanged more than a few sentences throughout the years, so everything I hear is second and third hand. My father only has horrible things to say. My mother, from what she saw, would always tell me and my older sister, "At least your father is doing better than his father." I hated being told I should be grateful for my father's brand of cruelty just because it wasn't my grandfather's. I never understood that. I was sick of being responsible for someone else's bad behavior, sick of excusing it and forgiving it, so I left. But when death happens and your mother calls,
They indicate the gate sign.
I guess it wouldn't be a bad thing understanding it. Bad behavior might even explain some things.
Light shift. The world transforms, a whooshing sound like a gust of wind. Grandfather, 40s, enters in white face paint reminiscent of a clown, holding something behind his back. "Son, get over here. Vaniki, Fangu." Grandfather waits like a character in a game ready to be interacted with. Grandchild walks up to grandfather, activating him. Grandfather holds a broken side mirror from a car and smacks grandchild across the face with it. "You or your friends or a stranger on the goddamn street comes near that car again, I'll break off more than your fucking nose." Light shift.
One of many stories from my father's childhood vault. But my father has never been a reliable source for information. You know those guys who still care about their high school athletic record? They still wear their Letterman jacket, brag about that one touchdown they made as a sophomore on the varsity team. That would be my father. Some days I feel really bad for him, but most of the time I wish I could punch him.
Grandchild gets a clean fist to her grandfather's left jaw. It's fabulous. A magnificent spray of blood and bile. Grandfather writhes in pain on the ground.
But at least I'm doing better than my father, right?
Lights shift. End of excerpt.
That was amazing.
Wow, thank you so much. That was awesome. Wow, thank you, thank you. That was so good. Great job. Guys, thank you. Beautiful. Thank you, Darpin.
Of course. And Al, this was a play that you started at the Voices of America workshop a few months ago, right?
Oh yes. And so really glad I had that foundation, and I'm glad I can just keep building on it as I go. So grateful for the space to work on it.
Great. And the Voices of America season for 2022 is coming up soon. So if anybody out there know people that could benefit from a screenwriting class, please let them know. We'd love to have them. And with that said, we are coming up to the intermission part of the program. So if you guys could all come back and join us on video, and maybe we can entice Mike Lesser to come back and join us over here in a minute or two or three or four. Here we go.
Teach me how to shimmy like you and Daddy do. Teach me how to shimmy. I can shimmy too. Mama, there's gonna be a dance tonight. You gotta teach me double quick. Mama, if I don't know how to do it right, Chico's gonna steal my chick. Teach me how to shimmy.
Woo. Do we want the dance break? Okay, here's the dance break.
Wasn't that it?
Yeah, everybody was shimmied out. Give it up for everybody in Act 1. Act 1, unmute yourselves, make noise for everybody.
Bravo, bravissimo.
I am back for announcements. I want to say hi. We have Helene and David Cece and Rebecca out there. Hi, everybody. We're just saying hi to you. Thanks for watching. Michael Newman was out there. Thanks for joining us as you're watching, or if you're watching this for the first time because a friend said, you need to watch me. I was so brilliant. We're glad to have you as well. We have a couple of announcements, upcoming events, things that we do. You can always check all of this information if you go to thepge.com. We made it simple. We took out all the vowels. So all you have to do is write thepge.com and you can find us. And we have, as Darpan had mentioned, we have our Voices of America Writers Workshop with David Davila coming up. If you want more information, it is an 8-week writers class for our non-binary, trans, and writers of color. So feel free to join us if you are interested, and especially for writers who have never written before. It's about finding a way to get your stories onto a page in new formats that you might not have gotten before because you were just an actor before, or a bus driver or something else. I don't know. Why not? Bus drivers could be writers too. So join us for the Voices of America number 9. Deadline for that sign up is this Friday. We have required reading number 18, where we have 3 amazing plays. We have the amazing Natalie Necki Farrow's play, Jacob Rice Mark's Rice play, and M.A. Gardner Santos play. You can read them at home, and then on February 5th, join us and give a little bit of feedback, so then they can rewrite it and then have a completely new draft in 30 days. So if you want to be part of any of that, again, thepge.com. I'm making a lot of announcements, and we have just announced, we always do a fundraiser every quarter. This one is called Drop and Give Me 10, where writers write the first 10 minutes of a new piece, and actors can come and have the pieces written on them or for them. You can sign up for that officially today. The theme for number 17 is Math is Fun? ? So whatever that means, if you sign up, you can sign up between now and February 6th. We will then send you 5 prompts and your names of your actors. So everybody, you can sign up for this. I'm saying this, all these cool things. We have our play dates every Tuesday at noon and 7 p.m. on Thursdays, which is an hour of accountability. And that's all the announcements I'm going to make, other than we are a nonprofit organization. And if you are love to see our name at the PGE on Venmo and would like to donate to our lovely organization, you can do that, or you can go to our website. That being said, I'm going to leave it. I'll leave the screen to Darpin and the rest of the Act 2 writers and actors and disappear.
Woohoo! So that was an amazing Act 1 for Volume 158. Next up is Maura Kelly. Maura, do we have you here? Oh, Maura is probably still in transit and hasn't made it to a computer, or she would be here. So let's introduce the cast for Maura. If you could please come on. Erin, Charlene, and do we have one more? There she is, Kristen Hopkins.
Hello.
So hopefully Emma will be able to join us, tell us a little bit about her work when she comes in. And in the meantime, I will let Emma take it away.
Actually, Mark, we have the amazing Mark reading stage directions instead. It was a change. Come on,
Oh,
Mark.
that's true, Mark.
All right.
There he is, Mark. Thank you, Mark.
Here I am.
I know Maura was going to give some backstory on this.
Yeah, it needs
want me to give a-
backstory.
I'll give a little backstory if that is cool with Kirsten and Charlene. Are we good?
That would be perfect.
Because we are coming in the middle of the play. What? So, Maeve is the matriarch of the family. We are at her house. She is trying to sell her house. But that seems to be impossible because everyone in her life keeps coming to live with her. Jordan is her daughter. Jordan's common law husband, boyfriend has dumped her, and his girlfriend has moved in, and she has come back to live with mom. Father Dan, who does not appear at this scene, but is Mark, played by Mark. So you'll hear his voice, is Maeve's brother. He was a priest. He has been kicked out of the priesthood. We don't know why. And I am James. I am Jordan's son, and I have been kicked out of boarding school or not school because I hacked into some teachers' email addresses. I'm naughty. So
And while we talk about being naughty, Maura just joined us.
Hey!
Oh,
Hey, Maura, we were just talking about your piece. If you are available to come on screen and say hello. Okay, maybe not. So let's, Erin, go ahead and continue.
Oh, I think actors, do you think I got it?
You got it.
yeah.
Got it.
Oh,
Perfect.
did you say that Father Dan has disappeared?
And Father Dan has disappeared. So we
Father
don't know.
Dan's reading stage directions.
Father Dan has disappeared to the stage director.
Yeah, he did.
Great. And this is Maura Kelly's script titled The House.
Pull yourself together for his sake.
Maeve quickly stands blocking James from seeing Jordan on the floor. James walks out the front door again. Maeve drags a very drunk Jordan to a seat at the table. James re-enters.
Grandma, Father Dan didn't take his cell phone with him. I found it in his room, and that's weird because he is so careful about always having it after the other time.
James starts looking around at things near where the landline phone is.
What are you looking for, James?
A map. Father Dan had this map. It was old and had writing all over it.
He did. I never saw him with a map.
Yeah, he also had a bus map. I saw him looking at it lots of times.
A bus map to where?
I don't know.
Maeve looks at her watch.
Wait. Susquehanna. It was an Indian word. Indian sounding word.
Susquehanna?
Yes. Where is that?
Oh, well, it's a river. It runs through part of Pennsylvania.
Is that far?
The area that the river runs is about 2 hours away, more or less, depending on where along the river.
James starts digging into his mother's purse to pull out keys.
Maybe we should go after him.
James, he probably got lost. It's happened before.
Where did he go?
Home Depot?
You already went to Home Depot today.
How do you know?
Oh, because I went with him.
Approaching Jordan.
Mom, I want to drive around and look for him.
James, she's not in any shape to drive. Okay, let's give it some time. Why don't you go out on the porch and keep watch? Get your jacket.
James quickly exits out the door. Maeve glances at Jordan in frustration, then quickly gets the dustpan and broom and begins cleaning up the broken pigs. Slow fade. Next scene, 3 a.m., a few hours later. Jordan sits at the kitchen table drinking coffee. Maeve stands in the kitchen, pacing. James returns from the porch.
Mom, can we call the cops now?
I don't know. He's not missing yet.
He's lost and in trouble.
James, it's not enough time. I think we need to wait till sunrise.
But
it's dark. We don't even know where he is. And going out driving in the dark.
Wait, just a little bit longer, James.
All right. I'm going to go sit out on the front porch again.
Are you warm enough?
Yeah. Hey, Mom.
Yes, James.
I prayed for him.
You did?
He would definitely like that.
James exits out the porch.
Where do you think he is, Mom?
Well, it's not Home Depot.
I mean, if he takes off with your car, that's considered stealing.
Jordan, he did not steal my car.
Okay, but...
He's a priest.
Okay, but I'm just thinking that gives us more reason to call the police. Like, you only let him have the car for an errand. Ugh, where could he be? What about that Susquehanna place? The maps?
I'm trying to think.
Are there any relatives near there?
No, not that I'm aware of.
He even wanted to take a bus there, right?
Jordan is on her phone, Googling.
Maybe he has a priest friend.
Yeah. See if there's a Catholic church out there.
Wow. There's a bunch of Catholic churches. Maybe he's visiting a friend?
Yeah, but he should have called us by now.
There's also a ton of campsites, of horse camps, Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts?
Was Father Dan a Boy Scout?
Yeah, he was big into Boy Scouts. All of these merit badges. I remember, I was young, I was like 6. He had gone on this 3-day sleepover camping trip at the end of summer and right before school. Then he comes back and then suddenly he leaves for seminary school.
Oh, you mean you didn't know he was going?
I knew when he left, but it was sudden.
And it was immediately after this camping trip?
Yes.
Mom.
Yes?
Mom, you never told what Father Dan did to get suspended.
James enters from outside and enters Father Dan's room.
Is it a sex scandal, Mom? Did Father Dan molest a little boy?
James re-enters.
No, that's not true.
No, James, it's not.
I know him. He would never do that. No, he's helping me. He's my friend.
James, have you ever been alone with Father Dan?
Lots of times, but he's not creepy.
James.
Mom, he's like a big awkward kid, like me. He listens to me. He doesn't force me to do anything I don't want to do. I'm worried about him. He can't see or hear that well, and he trips a lot when he walks.
Yes, James, I can see you're worried. Why don't you get the box of cookies from the cabinet and grab the comforter and go out on the porch and wait. There's a heat lamp out there that you can turn on, but don't put it on too close to the comforter, okay? Because I don't want you to catch fire now.
Thanks, Grandma.
Why was he suspended?
He had an erection when he hugged a kid. And the kid said it traumatized him.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't remember anything. But he was right out of the seminary. He was probably only 22.
Okay. And that's it?
That's what he told me.
Huh. And this is coming out now?
Maeve nods her head.
Well, geez, when I taught high school, the erections were all over the place. I don't know what to think.
Neither do I.
Long pause. Jordan may get up to refill her coffee.
Hmm. Mom, do you think something happened on that camping trip that maybe caused Father Dan to leave for the seminary so suddenly?
I don't know, Jordan. I hope not.
James runs into the room holding Father Dan's cell phone.
Mom, Father Dan got a missed call.
Did they leave a message?
No, I should have been watching his cell phone.
It's okay. Well, where's the number from?
I don't know. 570-987-7788.
That's Pennsylvania.
Should I call it?
Yes.
Yes. Put it on speaker.
They all stand around the phone and listen to it ring until a recording comes on. This number is not taking incoming calls.
What does that mean?
The number is not taking incoming calls.
But it just made a call.
I don't know, James.
What's the battery life on that phone?
50%.
Jordan gets up and grabs James' hand.
James, I want you to sleep in Father Dan's room and plug in his cell so you can hear it the minute it rings again. If he's not home by sunrise, we'll call the police. I love you, James.
I love you, Mom.
I love you, James.
I love you, Grandma.
Jordan shuts James in Father Dan's room and returns to the table. They sit in silence for a while. Jordan gets chilly.
I'm gonna go get a robe.
Maeve picks up the coffee cups and brings them to the sink. She looks at James' stack of books and picks one up. She sees something on the wall where the book was. It is part of the hole in the wall. She pushes all of the other books aside and sees the hole. She pushes everything out of the way and assesses the damages. Maeve is very upset. Jordan returns wearing a robe.
When did this happen?
What, Mom? What's wrong?
Look at this. When did this happen?
Mom, I know nothing about it. Oh, wow.
Oh, this ruins everything.
Maeve, upset and in a rage, marches out the front door and returns carrying the for sale sign and throws it on the floor. She slams the door.
Mom, you've got to calm down.
Calm down. How am I going to be able to sell this house with this? Huh?
Mom, it's fixable.
The open house is on Saturday. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm never gonna get out of this house.
Mom, shh. Sit down. Listen, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. James is probably responsible. I don't want to wake him up now, okay?
It's just, I can't be here anymore.
What is this about?
Maeve takes a breath, distraught.
You've let me know multiple times how I let you down, how I didn't stand up to your father, why I didn't leave him and take you away from the scary bear, as you called him.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I enabled him. Yes, it was my fault. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you for never letting him drive drunk. But Jordan, do you know why I sat with him night after night while he drank? So he wouldn't target you. I mean, the minute your little sparkling self was around, He tried to extinguish it with his razor edged tongue. I could see it in your body. It would just go limp. Misery loves company. You know, they say that. But see, if I was around him, then he wouldn't go after you as much. After you grew up, I really had no excuse to stay with him. But I'm Catholic. I did. He was a lonely old man in the end. And he was sick. And I took care of him. And I just couldn't leave him. But then when he died, I was completely lost for about 3 months. Like what's next? And I still felt it. I felt him in that chair, even though I got rid of it, as you said, while it was still warm. But I still feel him here. So I need to get out of this house so I can start my life.
Maeve looks at the hole despairingly.
My broker she's very interested, and she says she has clients that she think will buy this house. There's a good chance that I'll sell it this weekend, but not with that.
Mom, we can fix it. If I can't fix it, I will get someone to fix it. And we're going to clean up this house and get it ready to sell. Mom, I've been a shit daughter and I'm going to change.
Jordan.
I'm starting a new life too.
No, I don't want you living in this house.
I don't want to live in this house. I'll find something.
A phone rings from behind the closed door where James is sleeping. Pause. James comes running out.
It's Father Dan, Grandma.
End of scene.
Amazing work. Is Maura available? Is she back? Hey, Maura, come on up and take a bow. Can you hear us? Maybe she can't. Anyway, moving right along from this amazing piece of work is there she is, Maura. You're on mute. Okay, moving on. We have Kit Goldstein Grant. Kit, come on up and tell us a little bit about your show.
Sorry, I was on mute this time. Hello. So yeah, my show is a musical. It's the beginning of the show. It's a new project for me based on a story by Gogol, which anybody who knows me probably knows I like to write Russian stories. He's a Russian or Ukrainian author. And I did an adaptation of his show, The Nose, before, which was very fun. And now I'm doing another story of his called Christmas Eve.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And let's bring your cast up, unless you have
Great.
anything else to add.
Yes, I should tell everybody, definitely. If you hear rhyming, that means you have to imagine amazing music, because there will be music in the real version. So just like picture the most glorious thing you've ever heard in your life. Okay, thank you. Okay, come on, cast.
Okay.
All right, break a leg, everybody. You're all awesome. I can't wait.
We have Alexandra. Do we have Alexandra? Come say hello. Alexandra,
Hi.
Christopher, Gabby.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes, here's the amazing cast. I think,
Great.
yes, okay, I think we
And we have Taylor Mitchell on stage directions.
Yes.
Right? Great. Take it away, Taylor.
All right, here we go.
Christmas Eve, a new musical based on the story by Nikolai Gogol. Book, music, and lyrics by Kit Goldstein Grant. Scene 1. A small town in the Ukraine, 1800s. Nighttime. We can see the moon and stars. We see the silhouette of a witch on a broomstick flying past the moon. A narrator enters. He observes the sky for a moment, watching the progress of the witch as she disappears, then turns to the audience.
On a night in the sky of Dikanka, there's a witch flying over the moon, and no one can see that the devil is free, and the stars will be darkening soon, and the light will go out in Dikanka till you can't tell south from north, for the devil is loose in Dikanka on December 24th. This is a tale of a small town on Christmas Eve. It's a heartwarming tale, a moral tale, a wholesome tale.
My mother is a slut.
Yes, well, there is that aspect to it as well. Villages do have their little intrigues and seamier side, but at Christmas time...
My mother is a rapacious slut.
Yes, well, if perhaps you would let me...
My mother's sluttiness is ruining my life. It is appalling what a slut she is for a woman of her age. She's 41.
This is Vakula, the blacksmith. Perhaps this would be an appropriate time for us to meet his mother. On a night in a hut in Dikanka, there's a blacksmith who's wearing a frown. He's got to confess that his love life's a mess, while his mother's the toast of the town.
And the light will go out in Dikanka till you can't tell the south from north.
And I'll still entertain in Dikanka.
On December 24th.
Romance is for the young. Those past their prime have no business frittering away time on such affairs. Time which would be better spent preparing my suppers or tending the geese. We have the biggest flock in all of Dikanka, no thanks to my mother.
Remember that. It will be ironic later.
And now to meet the lovely Oksana. Every young man in the village is in love with her, including Vakula.
Oksana appears. Vakula approaches her.
I throw myself at your feet.
From up here, all I can see is your bald spot.
Vakula quickly covers his head in a dinghy hat.
Marry me.
I shan't marry any man with such an unattractive hat. You are wasting your time. For I know what I'm worth in Dikanka, and I simply must have more. There are men who propose in Dikanka on December 24th.
Vakula retreats, defeated.
Perhaps you are thinking I am an airhead? A bimbo, concerned only with fripperies and pretty things. But the fact is, I am a strong female character with dreams and ambitions. I seek to be respected by a man who is intelligent, unlike most of the jabbering popinjays of this village, and who has the strength to protect me, but the self-control to know when to use those wits. And I like pretty things. And I want a husband who will bring me pretty things. What? Can't a strong female character like pretty things? Do we all need to want to be astronauts?
She is an air-headed bimbo. I'm the only strong female character in this play.
Oh, you're the one to talk. You're a slutty witch.
My being a witch is almost irrelevant to the story of this play. And my sluttiness is, in fact, an embodiment of female empowerment.
Oh.
On a night in the sky of Dikanka, there's a witch flying over the moon, and no one can see that the devil is free, and the stars will be darkening soon, and the light will go out in Dikanka till you can't tell south from north, for the devil is loose in Dikanka on December 24th. On December 24th. Now, before I leave you, there's one more fellow you ought to meet, a certain fellow in a red suit. When you're naughty, he doesn't leave you a lump of coal in your stockings. He sticks you with a flaming hot poker.
The devil flies through the sky and lands on the stage.
Damnation!
He has horns in his head and a chip on his shoulder.
I have been wronged.
He is angry with the blacksmith.
I have been grievously wronged.
We have a belief here that on Christmas Eve, the devil is free to roam the earth, causing what mischief he will until the dawn of Christmas Day.
And I have a plan.
A devilish plan, no doubt.
A devilish plan.
Perhaps he shall take his revenge.
I shall take my revenge.
Against the blacksmith?
Against the... Now look, Harry, will you stop it? Yes, against the blacksmith, Vakula. That he has offended me, and he'll regret it. I shall steal the moon.
And this will punish him. How?
It's complicated. Wait and see. It's Christmas Eve and the devil is out. It's my one last day to play. Till the morning bells send the devil away.
Send the devil away.
Then the devil can't stay.
But before I have to leave, there's trouble to cause on Christmas Eve.
He flies up in the air and snatches the moon.
Put the moon in a sack in my pocket, and you're like to lose your way. It's beginning to snow, and the winds start to blow. So if you've got calls to pay, you can bet that the devil will be there, watching every move. And if you look real close, by Venus or Mars, you might see the devil snuffing out the stars.
It's Christmas Eve and it's darker than sin, but it's hardly time to grieve. There's fun and games and carols to sing, and laughter floats and sleigh bells ring.
And there are blacksmiths to deceive. There's trouble to cause on Christmas Eve. There's trouble to cause on Christmas Eve.
A huge snowstorm suddenly starts. Vakula blows on stage, pushing against the wind. He clutches a well-wrapped canvas.
A blacksmith in love pushes into the wind when he might be home warm in his bed. A blacksmith in love will never give up. A blacksmith will forge ahead. A blacksmith in love with a beautiful girl has a snow-covered path he must tread. And though people may laugh, he'll prove them all wrong. A blacksmith will forge ahead. And yes, I know that I'm not such a looker and I'm maybe too fast with a fist. But if no one will marry a blacksmith, how could other blacksmiths exist? So haters may scoff and my mistress may mock, but I'll have the last laugh when we're wed. A blacksmith in love has the soul of the poet and the passion to right all his wrongs. So I'll go at romance with hammer and tongs. A blacksmith will forge ahead.
A big gust of wind almost knocks him over. If this were an animated film, he'd fall into the snow and have a big pile of snow on his head for the next line.
A blacksmith will forge ahead.
The scene changes to scene 2. Oksana's father's house. Oksana is admiring herself in the mirror. Solovka is watching from one side, the devil from another. Vakula knocks and bursts in. He shakes off huge amounts of snow onto the floor and he carries the covered pan.
You always tell me not to call since I can't bring you pretty things. So this Christmas, I have brought you a pretty thing. A portrait of yourself. What could be prettier?
Is it expensive?
I painted it myself.
Does it have gold paint?
It doesn't have gold paint.
Does it have rubies and sapphires on the frame?
Don't you want to see it?
Oh, if it doesn't have rubies and sapphires on the frame, I don't want to see it. I can see a lovely portrait of myself right here.
She resumes viewing herself in the mirror. Soloka speaks from the other side, unheard.
What did I tell you, Vargushka? She's not good enough for you.
Will you at least glance at it? I labored for hours to capture your likeness, your vitality, your sweetness.
Is it true your mother is a witch?
What?
They all say your mother is a witch. Is it true?
I...
She has so many callers. For a woman without my charms, and at her age, one can only imagine, well...
God, if you won't look at my picture, I'm leaving.
Of course I won't waste my time on your silly picture. I could only marry you if you could bring me the slippers of the Tsarina.
That's an oddly specific request.
I like her slippers. Slippers exactly like them would do as well.
How do you even know what they look like?
I saw a painting.
Oh, that painting you'll look at.
And I like those slippers and I want those slippers. And if you want to marry me, you get me those slippers. Now get out of here, you witch's spawn. Look at me, ordering him around. Talk about a strong woman.
Oh, good grief. Opened your eyes, Vasha.
If that's what it takes to win you, Oksana, I'll bring you those slippers.
He takes his painting and exits. The narrator steps forward. Scene 4. The scene changes to the snowy way home for Vakula.
And so the blacksmith made his way home, cursing the woman he professed to love.
Oh, may she stick her foot into a pot of boiling turnips.
And when he reached his mother's house, his mood had not improved.
And now we are at Sololka's house, which she shares with her son Vakula. It is empty. Vakula bursts in, still grumbling to himself.
Tsarina's slippers. Who does she think she is? How am I supposed to get slippers like the Tsarina's? If only my mother really was a witch, then maybe she could help me.
He sets down the covered painting. Sololka enters.
What was that, Vakulka?
I was only saying I wished you could help me, mother. But I'm sure you are too busy with your own
Oh,
affairs.
I always have time for you, Vakushka. But you mustn't try not to be so angry always. Perhaps Oksana would be more welcoming if you hadn't struck her father in the face.
Yes, well, he shouldn't have had such an offensive face. And he shouldn't call on you so often.
You must start thinking with your head instead of your fists, Malish. You need to be big and strong to be blacksmith, but to win a woman, you need brains.
Oh, yes, well, you should know.
She didn't take your painting.
I decided not to give it to her. It isn't finished.
Still needs the horn and the tail.
Mother!
You know what I think of Oksana. But if she's the woman you choose, I will wish you luck.
You ought not to talk lightly of the devil. There is too much talk in the town already.
What did she say about me?
You know, the old rumor.
I see. Get some rest, little rabbit, and don't give her another thought. Just do try to start thinking before using your fists. Shub is very frightened of you now. I believe he's afraid to call on me.
Good. I'm going to the church.
To pray?
To finish the painting for the nave. I told Father Sherevik I would finish it by Christmas. Oksana may not need a horn and a tail, but Lucifer needs another wart.
Yes. The devil comes out from some clever hiding place. Maybe he was transformed into a chair, and addresses the audience.
You see why I come for revenge? Every time he is angry, he takes it out on me. He paints religious pictures that depict me as the most hideous of creatures covered in warts and pimples. Caricatures. Offensive, libelous caricatures.
Oh, you have grievances. You heard what Oksana said about me. When a woman's over 40, then she's garbage to the world. Kick her to the curb, better throw her in a ditch. And a woman over 40 with a sex drive, better chain her up and burn her, for she's got to be a witch. Now, it just so happens that I am a witch, with a cauldron and a cat and broom, but that's no reason why you should assume that a woman over 40 who's attractive to the men must be evil to the core, must be capable of harm, and a woman over 40 with a sex drive, if she's sensual and charming, then she must have used a charm.
Yes.
Now, it just so happens that I used a charm to make pheromones increase, but I used that charm exclusively on geese. That's why I have the biggest flock on this side of the Kanka. And for a woman over 40, it's so pleasant to be rich when you're bewitching while being, coincidentally and not necessarily, a witch.
End of excerpt.
This was amazing. Kit, come on back.
Yay, actors!
was awesome.
Yay! That was so much fun, actors.
And if any of you want to learn to write about musical theater, you should take Kit's classes. Kit,
Yes.
definitely please put your website in the chat for everybody.
Totally will. Thank you. Yes, I had
Of
a free
course.
one recently. Darpin came to. Yes, thank you, everybody. Thank you, cast. Bye-bye.
Great. And next up, we have the amazing Orlando Rodriguez. Orlando, there we are. How you doing?
Doing good, and yourself?
I'm good. So please tell us a little bit about your play.
Cool. So this play is called Burritos Pa Morir, which directly translates to burritos to die for. So we're gonna start off at scene 2. Scene 1, basically we get introduced to Ivana and Claudio, who are a beautiful, loving couple who are also serial killers and use their victims' meats to make their burritos. So they're a lovely couple. They're beautiful. But then they're starting to have competition because a new store, a new burrito place is opening up next to them, a corporate chain called Serrano's, that's going to start up some competition. But also their food inspector, Janet, has showed up and basically told them that she's going to start inspecting them more often. And you're kind of getting some weird vibes off of her. So that's where we left off at scene 1. So with everything I said, I guess the trigger warning would be there's a lot of blood, gore, mentioning of very violent acts in a very casual way.
I think in your case, it would be both a trigger warning and an entertainment warning.
Pretty much, yeah.
Perfect. So listeners, beware.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'll invite the cast to comment up. Oli will be playing Claudio. Lluvia will be playing Yvonne. Matthew will be playing Charles. Niall will be playing Francisco, and Isabella will be playing Janet. And Emma will be doing stage directions. And I think that's it. I think we're ready to rock and roll, enjoy, have fun, and cringe.
See you in a bit.
This is Burritos Pa Morir by Orlando Rodriguez. Scene 2. The scene is dark except for 2 spotlights, one on Claudio working behind the counter and one on Iban behind the register. A rancherita plays while Claudio prepares burritos and Ivan rings the customers up on the register.
Pásale, 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 burritos recién hechos.
Get your burritos, freshly made burritos.
Dos de Colorado coming right up.
That'll be $6.
Dos de Colorado coming right up.
That'll be $6.
Yes, we do have buche today. How many do you want?
Thank you. Have a nice day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Pepe, how many do you want? 10? Para ti solo. Oh, it's Heritage Week at school. And you're taking these for your kids' class. 10 burritos coming right up.
All of these just for you, Pepe. Well, that'll be 30.
Yes, sir. We are the best.
Oh, don't worry about that, mijo. Serrano's doesn't scare us. It's going to take more than them to shut us down.
The spotlights go down and the lights come up on the restaurant. Claudio remains behind the counter cleaning the area. To the side of the counter sits Francisco, sitting on the stool and eating a burrito.
No, jefe, esta salsa, sí está bien picosa. Esta salsa bien picosa, jefe. Jefe?
That salsa's not spicy. Don't be a wimp. You leave to New York for a few weeks and your taste buds come back weak.
They don't have any spicy food there, Jefe. I went to this wing place and I'm like, yo, get me some mango habanero wings, eh? And the guy's like, oh shit, bro, you brave. You want some ranch or blue cheese? And I'm like, nah, bro, I don't like that shit. He's like, oh, damn, bro, you really brave. And I'm like yelling, getting all excited for these spicy wings, right? And I go and I take a bite out of it. I'm like, no, no seas mamon. This shit is fucking all mango, no habanero.
Really, that bad?
I'll tell you this much. Their Mickey D's offers a mild version of their salsa picante because they find the hot one too spicy.
That's just sad. But the trip was good.
See, Jefe. Sold all of them bones.
All of them?
Yeah. The oddities market is booming up in the Northeast. New York, Salem, and Scranton alone was 90% of my sales.
Never would have guessed.
I think it's because of all them goths and brujas up to like weird shit up there. They're into some strange shit. But hey, business is business. You want human bones? I get you the human bones, you know?
Well, if they're selling, then I guess we'll keep them coming.
You will?
Yeah. You're still interested, right?
Of course.
Cool.
Yeah.
You want to ask, don't you?
I'm just curious, Jefe. You're my first client to give me a steady stream of bones. I usually get people that used me for like one time only deal. But it's like a gold mine.
I'm glad we're able to make this partnership.
Thank goodness for Craigslist. But seriously, when are you going to tell me your secret?
You know the answer to that.
Yes, I know. If I tell you, I'm going to have to put you in the grinder.
There you go.
One day you'll trust me, Jefe. Pero bueno. I should get going now. My mom's been bugging and bugging that I haven't visited her yet. By the way, what kind of meat was in that burrito I just had? It was delicious.
What did it taste like?
Like pork.
Then I guess it's pork, right?
Oh, no, posse. I'll catch you later. If you ever have any of those animal bones left over, you can give me those too. Those I can sell legally.
As Francisco exits, Yvonne enters carrying grocery bags.
Hasta luego, Yvonne.
Hi, Francisco. Take care.
Francisco exits, and Yvonne heads behind the counter to put the groceries away.
What did he say? How did he go in New York?
He said everything sold.
Really? Everything?
He said everything sold.
Everything.
That's what he said. He is starting to get curious, though.
Oh no, really?
I don't think it'll be a problem yet, but we'll definitely have to keep an eye on him.
He's lucky he's so tattooed. There's not an ounce of meat we could get out of him.
Charles enters wearing khaki slacks and a black polo shirt.
Welcome. What can I get you?
Hi, do you have anything vegan?
We have bean burritos. We fry the beans in oil, so yeah, it's vegan.
But do you like cross-contaminate your equipment?
What do you mean cross-contaminate? We always clean our stuff. It's not contaminated by anything.
No, sweetie. I mean, do you use the same pots and pans to cook the beans and the meat?
Okay, first, don't call me sweetie. And yes, we use the same pots and pans. It's not illegal, is it?
No, of course not. But I guess that just means as a moral vegan, I can't have any. Shame.
Yeah, shame.
Sad, really.
So is there anything else we can do for you?
No. I just wanted to visit my new neighbors. We'll be opening up in a few days, and I just wanted to see who's around. You know? Gotta check out the competition.
I don't think we'll be competition.
Oh, I know. You don't even have vegan options.
Look, if you're just going to be an asshole, you can just leave.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend. I just wanted to make friends with my new neighbors.
Pues que pinche forma tan culera de hacer amigos. Así ni de pendejo me tomó una chela con este güey.
Sorry, what was that?
He said nice shirt. Anyway, we need to prepare for the dinner crowd, so if you don't mind.
Oh, right, of course. As a 10-year manager of Serianos, I know what that is like. You go on about your day. They're doing some finishing touches at our place, so I hope you don't mind. I think I'm just gonna chill here and work on some stuff.
I'm sorry, but we have a strict customers only policy.
Right, of course. So do we. Tell you what, I'll just have a agua de Jamaica.
You mean agua de Jamaica?
Yes, harmonica. Yes.
Yvonne begrudgingly serves him his drink. Charles takes his agua de Jamaica and goes to sit at the table away from the counter. He pulls out his laptop and starts typing away.
Confío en este gringo.
I don't trust him either.
What if we close early and, you know?
We have an hour before the lunch rush. Promise to be quick about cleaning.
I'll get that body out in no time.
Yvonne starts to mop, making her way towards the door. Claudio pulls out a butcher knife and starts chopping up a piece of meat. Charles continues his focus on the screen.
So, 10 years at Serranos.
Yvonne reaches the door and very quietly locks it.
Yes, sir. One of their best, in my humble opinion. Been awarded Best Manager 6 years in a row now.
Wow, that's impressive.
Claudio wipes the knife with a rag and comes around the corner.
And vegan?
Charles looks up. Claudio quickly puts the knife behind him.
I sure am. A few years ago, I was at Coachella, right? To see my idol, Morrissey. Before he started his set, he showed us these videos of animals getting slaughtered, and I just, you know, my heart couldn't handle it. Been vegan ever since.
Charles returns his focus to the laptop and Claudio starts to move in closer.
Cool, cool. Wait. How do you work at Serranos then if, you know, with all that meat they use?
I don't touch the meat. That's why I'm the manager. So I can tell them what to do and not touch the carnage.
But aren't you still...
Amor, please let the poor guy finish working. Besides, shouldn't you be working on something right now?
Right, of course.
Claudio comes around behind Charles and readies his knife.
Oh, honey, don't even worry about it. My dad's the CEO, so this is mostly just me pretending to work.
Claudio slowly brings the knife back down.
Wait, your dad's the CEO of Serranos?
He sure is.
Then why are you manager?
Because my dad's a little shit, I swear. He forced me to work, otherwise I couldn't inherit the business.
I think I'm just gonna...
Claudio, very bummed out, makes his way to the back.
¿Por qué?
Whoa, is he all right?
He lost his father a few days ago.
Me lleva la chingada.
Any mentioning of a father puts him on edge.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Anyway, I should get going. Thanks for the Yamika. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other around. Maybe.
Maybe.
Charles goes to the door, but it's locked.
What the hell?
That damn door. I keep telling Claudio he needs to fix it, but you know how that goes.
Yvonne unlocks the door and lets Charles out. Once he exits, she runs to the back.
Ay, mi amor, don't be so sad.
She exits, the door opens, and Charles sneaks in very quietly. He goes behind the counter and starts looking around. He reaches where Claudio is cutting up the meat and his eyes open wide.
Oh my God. Is that a...
Charles lifts up a finger from the counter. His face goes from shock to horror to a devious smile.
Perfect.
Charles puts the finger back, pulls out his phone, and takes a picture.
Janet is going to love this. And sent.
Charles exits quickly, letting the door close behind him. Yvonne comes out from the back.
Welcome to...
Claudio comes back out.
What? Who is it?
No one's here.
I told you we had a ghost, but you never listened.
Right. Whatever. Now let's hurry up before the crowd beats us.
Lights fade out. Scene 3. Spotlight once again on Claudio behind the counter and one on Yvonne behind the register.
Pásale, pásale, pásale. Burritos listos y calientitos.
Hola, comadre. 3 burritos today? Okay. And a diet cola para la dieta.
Híjole, compa, we're out of barbacoa already, but we should be having some tomorrow.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Meat prices keep going up, so it's harder to maintain the variety.
The mornings are the best time. By lunchtime, we start to run low.
Because they're corporate, mija. They can let their meat go to waste and not lose money out of it. Besides, I don't think it's real meat. Now, ours is 100% real meat.
The spotlights go down and the lights come up on the restaurant. Both Claudio and Yvonne stand behind the counter looking at their food.
That's all we have left.
We're going to have to close early again.
Don't worry, Amor. Tonight we will find ourselves a good one, I promise.
Sure, and there goes another day spent entirely working.
We have to, no?
I guess it just sucks. We wake up, open shop, and work during the day. As soon as we close, we have to go search for someone to butcher, bring the body back here to do the butchering, clean up, go home, and the next morning we start over. When do we have time for each other to be a couple and not be constantly working?
But this was our dream, wasn't it? To have a running business that also helps our bloodlust? I mean, what more could we want?
But don't you miss spending time together?
We're always together.
You know what I mean. At work, it doesn't count. I mean, really spending time together. Watching a romantic movie cuddled up, drinking a chocolate abuelita. You're taking a stroll in the park, see a guy be a total asshole and kill his ass just because we want to, not because we need to. Don't you miss that?
Do you want us to close down?
That's not what I'm saying.
Then what can we do? We can't hire people. That involves too many people knowing our secret. I mean, we can maybe start being closed on Sundays or something. We can make it work. We can still make this dream happen.
I'm not even sure it's my dream anymore.
What?
Never mind.
No, what did you mean by that?
I said never mind.
Amor.
Okay, yes, it was my dream. But now that we are actively pursuing the dream, I'm just not feeling it. I thought that doing what I love, killing and cooking for the rest of my life would be the best life. But now that we're doing it, I'm just not even thrilled to kill anymore. I used to love it. My heart used to burn for the next life to take out. But now that I have to do it in order to pay the bills, it's just not fun. I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Are you mad at me?
No. I'm just sad. That's all.
Amor.
We can talk about this later. Right now, we should focus on closing up before someone walks in and we have to turn them away.
I love you.
I love you too.
Yvonne goes to lock the door when Janet and Charles storm in.
Hello, Bonnie. How are my favorite couple?
Hello, Janet. We were about to close.
So soon? What? It's only 3 p.m.
I know. We just ran low on food today.
Ran low? Wow, how unfortunate.
Stop it, Charlie.
You two know each other?
Of course. Charlie and I go way back since high school.
And inseparable ever since.
What are you doing back there, Claudio?
Getting ready to close.
Right. You know, it's so strange for a burrito place to run out of meat so early.
I'll have more for tomorrow.
You will? Oh, my, that's fascinating. And where do you plan on getting the meat from?
The store, obviously.
Obviously.
What's that supposed to mean?
I guess the better phrasing is whose meat are you planning to use tomorrow?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean this.
Janet pulls out her phone and shows the picture of the chopped finger to Yvonne and Claudio.
I don't know what that is.
It's the hand that Claudio was chopping up this morning. I know because I took the picture myself.
You were the door we heard.
Oh man, it wasn't ghosts.
Really, Amor?
This is a very terrible predicament you have found yourselves in, isn't it? You know what happens next, right?
You're gonna report us to the cops?
What? No. Why would I do that?
Oh no, this is much worse.
I give you both 24 hours to shut this shop down, or else I will close you down and expose you all on social media.
So, not the cops.
Honey, get with the program. Social death is so much more savage than the judicial system.
Did y'all kill any rich white men?
No.
Exactly. Once the world hears about this, they will rain upon you with hate mail, death threats, and best of all, lawsuits. You wouldn't want that, would you?
But no cops.
Oh my God.
Really, Amor?
Let me put it this way, Claudio. The moment I publish this on my blog and share it across all my social media platforms, the world will see you as the enemy. You and your wife will forever live a life of misery. Everywhere you go, people will recognize you. Every webpage you log on to, you will be trolled. And your wife, let's not forget about sweet little Bonnie, because the women always get it worse. Fat shaming, skinny shaming, average American body shaming, daily insult, and don't you dare forget unsolicited dick pics.
So many dick pics.
So think about it, Claudes. You have 24 hours.
Why are you doing this?
Isn't it obvious?
Serranos must reign supreme no matter what the cost.
So, it's not about using human meat?
Are you kidding? We do the same. We get our supply from the county's penitentiary.
Locally sourced.
And so much more humane than the animal butchering industry.
Aha! Now, what's going to stop us from reporting you from using human meat?
Oh, sweetie, with what evidence? Besides, we're a corporation.
Remember when they found a finger in the Kendy's chili bowl? Didn't hurt them.
Remember when they discovered Burger Queen was using horse meat? Nothing happened.
For fuck's sakes, Taco Hell is still using cardboard. Cardboard. I am the food inspector here. And let's just say a very different form is used when we're dealing with a corporate restaurant. It's a much shorter form.
This is bullshit.
It is, but that's just the way of the world, isn't it?
It's not your fault you weren't born rich.
I'll see you tomorrow. Or actually, hope not to see you tomorrow. Be smart about it, okay? Bye-bye.
Janet and Charles exit.
Oh, those motherfuckers. Now what are we gonna do?
End of excerpt.
Amazing. There we go. Orlando closing out the night. Who's hungry for burritos now?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, cast. You guys were amazing. You all rocked it out. You all made it so much better. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And I think with this, we may be able to call volume to an end. Everybody, please
Come on back,
come on back.
everyone. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, all these wonderful, beautiful, amazing, brilliant artists. As we say at the end of every volume. But before we do that, oh wait, I should give a huge, everybody unmute yourself and give Darpan and Joshi, our host tonight.
Oh,
Darpan.
Great work, everyone. Volume 158 is officially closed. Woohoo! Our next volume will be volume 159 because that is the next number in numbers. And that will be on February 14th. It will be Valentine's Day, so if you would like to celebrate Valentine's Day with us and the following writers, Andy Lee Carter will be here, David Michael Kirby, David Davila, Ramona Sharp, Kendra Augustine, and Ruthie Rado. A brilliant bunch. It's a bunch of artists. Wow, I should have more alcohol, but I haven't had any yet. So thank you all for being here. It is a great having you at Volume 158. Please join us again. Check out the playgroundexperiment.com or the pge.com for all of your playground experiment needs. Everybody say goodbye to our YouTube family. We have Caitlin out there and Helene and David Cece. Well, thanks for joining us.